Today, I guess I've titled my presentation Teenage Tsunami. A couple months ago, I wrote this article that was actually published on the website Gigwise, which was about how I viewed adolescence. And so today I decided to present some photos by a friend of mine who's a photographer called Bree Hart that she's taken at a sort of number of parties that me and my friends have had over the last year, and accompany it by sort of reading my theory on adolescence. So yeah, here goes. Imagine getting on a bus and a couple of stops in, you realise it's not going the way you wanted to go. You press the stop button to get off at the next stop so you can go get the right bus, but the bus driver doesn't stop. So you're banging on the window to get his attention, and he tells you that the bus is on diversion and is going on some crazy route that, by the way, is now a direct service to the destination, which also happens to be an unknown. He's just going to spin the wheel this way and that, see what roads are open, who knows what's going to happen. Also, the bus is packed full of people you didn't choose to be on the bus with, who are all equally as confused as you, and to top it all off, you think the bus driver's high on some sort of bath salt that he found under the bonnet. This bus ride is how I see adolescence. When you're a kid, you witness the bus ride from the outside and it looks cool as shit. You look at teenagers and you feel left out. You want to be on the bus. You look at them and adults and you're jealous of their knowledge. That knowledge that you'll have at that age that will guide you in how to live life, to do all the things that adults do, like go places and have jobs and friends and houses and hobbies and interests and direction, etc., etc. When you get to about 16, you start becoming aware of how the knowledge is going to kick in so soon, and it makes you so excited. You get to 17 and you're thinking, the knowledge is going to hit me any day now. Then you get to 18 and 19 and 20, and the knowledge still hasn't come. It's around these years that you realise that the knowledge doesn't exist, and all the adults you're watching as a kid have absolutely no clue what they're doing or where they're going or how they should live their lives at all. The process of discovering that this knowledge does not exist and that you wing everything your entire life is also called adolescence. When you're a kid, people always ask you what you want to do when you're older. At that age, you dream big, you talk about flying and planetary exploration, pop stardom and world domination. When you're a teenager, the question takes a monumental shift. What are you doing now with your life? What are you going to do next year? What interests you? Or the really nasty one, what do you do? What do? I fucking survive, that's what I fucking do. I survive the confusion, the heartbreaks, the fear, the joy, the excruciating awkwardness, and the ecstatic confidence. Teenagers don't ride a wave, we ride several tsunamis every day. What looks like an average day to some could become a monumental day of realization, a day that changes your outlook, a day that changes the meaning of everything. You can be having a shit time and wishing you were older one day, then having such a deliriously happy time being young that you get overwhelmed by the fear that one day all of this will be gone. I think about that a lot. One day I'll be an old woman looking back at my version of photo albums, Snapchats and Instagram posts, trying to work out where the time went. I wrote a song once as girly called Big Kids, where the chorus goes, I'm scared of the day when we'll be looking back and saying, wasn't that heaven? Because as much as nostalgia and happy memories are great, you'd much rather just live in the moment forever, right? This feeling has made me understand the desperation we as a human race have with clutching onto youth. Not the kind of clutching that sees middle-aged women buy a million different anti-wrinkle creams to make their skin look tighter, or get boob jobs to make them look 21 again, or sees old guys injecting steroids into their aged arms and pulling weights at the gym to compete with the fit kids. I mean the clutching onto the youthful mind, that insanely complex, beautiful mindset that somehow allows you to feel so sad one minute and so happy the next. The mindset that makes you want to jump around and make shit happen and fuck everything up. The mindset that allows you to be so tender and in the dark about the world that you just step forward into the wilderness with no clue what you're in for, but with the fearlessness of a wild bear on bath salts. A lot of songs that I write as girly are about being a teenager. Not just because I am one, but because I'm awestruck by how being thrust into adulthood when you're not really ready makes people feel so many feelings at once that it's almost too hard to keep up with. The combination of confusion and sadness and happiness makes for great sounds, and I love writing lyrics that are honest and funny. One of the most endearing features of teenagers is that through all of the confusion, they're really funny. A lot of the albums I listened to in my formative tween years capture that essence so perfectly. Whatever people say I am, that's what I'm not by Arctic Monkeys was and still is a big album for me and a lot of my friends. I often find myself wondering, as do a lot of my mates, what's the point of it all? I mean, really, why do we get up in the morning and eat our breakfast and get dressed and get in our cars or on our trains and go places and then later come home and sleep or go out and party or go see friends to talk about how we got up and went somewhere and did something? What are jobs, boyfriends, girlfriends, hobbies, drugs, alcohol, but a big distraction from something we're not quite sure what it is? I'm always puzzled by why and what, but I've come to a realisation where I'm as happy as I can be not knowing, not having the knowledge that I dreamt about as a kid. Because none of us has a fucking clue. Who knows why we do the things that we do? As long as we're happy doing them, and with people we love, who love us, it doesn't really matter, does it? Not really. Thank you.